countries that are part of the OPEC grouping are going to have to learn to live with whoever wins the outcome of this election. You know, they've countered or dealt with Democratic and Republican presidents and administrations in the past. I think for them, the more immediate challenge is not necessarily what happens in the election, but how they can come up with an effective strategy to deal with a response to the impact of COVID-19 on oil markets. The reimposition of lockdowns that we've seen introduced across Europe is probably not going to do as much damage to oil consumption as we saw back in April and May. But I think what is more causing more anxiety for the oil markets is, well, what if we have these lockdowns and they sort of flatten out the number of COVID-19 cases so we can allow economies to reopen in a couple of months down the line, but then we get a pop in the number of cases again, so we have to go back into lockdown. So this uneven approach to economic policy and health policy we're seeing from some countries, I think that poses a bigger risk for OPEC producers in the near term rather than the outcome of the election.
What will the OPEC response then, Ed, do you think be? Because Russia apparently exploring the possibility of extending those production cuts.
Yeah, I think certainly the market is giving OPEC plus the room to be able to delay the pending increase in production that's scheduled for the start of 2021. I mean, we're supposed to have roughly 2 million barrels a day reintroduced to markets. And if you take the extra flows coming from Libya, we could have sort of 3 million barrels a day plus that we weren't counting on coming onto markets just at the time that things are still looking quite vulnerable in terms of the demand outlook. So I think if the OPEC decision makers decided to delay that increase by, say, 3 to 6 months, I don't think that would be taken as a sign of panic by the market, but it's perhaps more a rational approach to where they see demand at the moment.